What is up, everyone? Long time no see. My name is Ricari, and we are here today to go over the changes coming in our latest content update, 3.8, which drops Tuesday, June 27th. Before we jump in, let's go over the mountain of news that came out over the last week. If you happened to miss the Xbox E3 briefing, Phil Spencer took the stage to announce that KI would be receiving a graphical upgrade later this year. That means that Killer Instinct will be getting the 4K treatment on Xbox One X when it ships November 7th. Keep an eye out for more details as we get closer to fall. With that out of the way, let's jump into Eagle. Eagle will be soaring his way into KI on Tuesday as well and will cost $4.99. This price will also net you Eagle's retro look, but will not include premium accessories. The Omen Color Pack is set for a July release. Pricing details will be coming shortly, but we wanted to make sure you're aware that Omen will be receiving his new color set in the very near future. And finally, we're almost out of this news bit, let's talk about Ultimates. The Ultimates Monster Pack includes finishers for Saberwolf, Aghanos, Glacius, Hisako, and Mira, and it is coming in August. But we wanted to take this opportunity to reveal the first Ultimate in that pack, Aghanos. Check it out. Alright, with all of that news out of the way, let's jump into what you're really here for, the changes coming for each character in 3.8. First, we'll talk system changes. We fixed an issue preventing several characters from canceling normals into specials from too far away. This was most noticeable when hitting the outstretched limbs of opponents. Keep in mind that these cancels will still not be possible from these ranges when striking armor. That's it, that's the only system change, easy. Let's jump into the character-specific changes, starting with G.O.D. Crouching medium kick is now -2 on block. Crouching light kick is now -1 on block. And just like that, we're done with G.O.D, so let's talk about Thunder. Hornbreaker no longer deals chip damage, and its counter hit damage was reduced to normal levels. Murder of Crow's forward dash is now vulnerable to throws for its full duration. Light, medium, and heavy Semamish are now vulnerable to throws for the first 8 frames. Light, medium, and heavy ankle slicer are now vulnerable to throws for the full duration of the move. Light, medium, and heavy ankle slicer are now vulnerable to lows for the first 2 frames before its low crush ability becomes active. In addition to those changes, Semamish follow-ups have had their trade priority adjusted. Surprise knee trades as a light attack, drop kick trades as a medium attack, and Skyfall trades as a heavy attack. Canceling the landing of Skyfall into Murder of Crow's dash is now only possible on frame 7 of the landing. Canceling Murder of Crow's dash forward and dash back into special moves is now an instinct trait. If you use a Murder of Crow's dash outside of instinct mode with the Call of Sky buff, Murder of Crow's forward dash can be canceled into a special on frame 20, the same frame as his non-buff dash. Murder of Crow's backdash cannot be canceled into a special until recovery is completed, the same as his non-buff backdash. Nothing has changed about the special cancel windows during instinct mode. Alright, Thunder's out of the way, so let's talk Fulgore. Fulgore can no longer pip cancel if the opponent is performing a shadow counter. Medium laser is now -3 on block, +2 on hit, and has 3 additional frames of recovery on whiff. Crouching medium kick is now -2 on block. Crouching light kick is now -1 on block. Level 2 charge of all strengths of blade charge inflict 1 less frame of block stun. Level 3, which is the max, charge of all strengths on blade charge inflicts 2 less frames of block stun. Medium cyber uppercut is now lower body vulnerable on frame 1 and upper body vulnerable on frame 5. Heavy cyber uppercut is now lower body vulnerable on frame 1 and upper body vulnerable on frame 3. Teleports start playing their invisibility effects 4 frames sooner, causing them to end 4 frames sooner. Plenty of stuff in there for Fulgore, but now we're going to jump into Shadow G.O.D. Shadow G.O.D's Dark Reckoning is now -2 on block. And wouldn't you know it, just like that, we're done with Shadow G.O.D, so let's talk Tusk. With Tusk, we reduced the height of the Air and Air Shadow Skull Splitter Explosion hitboxes by 40%. We also reduced the damage of the Air Skull Splitter explosions by 40%. Quick one for Tusk, now we're talking Rash. Rash's Shadow Big Bad Boo now has 6 frames of startup time. Crouching heavy kick is now -6 on block. Standing heavy kick is now -3 on block. Crouching heavy punch is now -3 on block. Standing medium punch is now 0 on block and +1 on hit. Standing heavy punch is now +2 on block and +6 on hit. We are all done with Rash, so let's talk about Arbiter. Arbiter will be really quick as well. Crouching medium kick, slight range increase. Crouching heavy punch becomes active 1 frame earlier. Crouching heavy punch head vulnerable box is slightly lower to the ground. And crouching heavy punch arm vulnerable box now appears on frame 16. With Arbiter out of the way, we are ready to talk about Gargos. Gargos' jumping heavy kick has 5 additional frames of startup time. The attack box on jumping heavy kick has been adjusted so that many characters can crouch under it if they are closer to Gargos. The attack box at the farthest distance of the attack remains as tall as it was, however. Minions no longer deal chip damage when they attack or use special moves. Throwing a minion still causes chip damage, however. Crouching medium punch is now +1 on block. Pushback on hit and block of crouching medium punch has been increased. Ground light reckoning damage has been reduced by 25%. Ground medium reckoning damage has been reduced by 25% as well. And all versions of air reckoning now deal the same amount of damage. That amount now matches the damage of ground light reckoning. Alright, let's talk General Rom. General Rom's light emergence is now lower body invulnerable on frame 4, and light emergence now hits farther behind Rom. That's it, we were quick. We're going to talk about Kilgore. Kilgore's exhaust ender now builds some meter, but less than the usual battery ender. And finally, we've got Shin Hisako. We've reduced Shin air on Ryozan damage by about 25%. We've prevented the creepy hands from grabbing someone if Shin Hisako is being flipped out, and now destroying the Spirit Shot projectile if she is performing an ender to prevent it from making the ender drop. Keep in mind that these changes listed were shortened for the sake of time of the video. We intentionally left out bug fixes because there is a lot more to cover, but you can read more about those on ultra-combo.com. Alright, that'll do it for me. Thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you all on the virtual battlefield.